My name's Bryson.
And my name's Mike.
Look at that! And welcome to Mets Garage! We've got a good one for you today. So before the weekend, the Mets won 3 straight games against the Miami Marlins.
That's right, Bryson. They were really firing on all cylinders. They looked really good on offense, really good on defense. Pitching was great. Unfortunately, we did get some news heading into the big weekend against the Yankees that the Mets had tested positive, some of them for COVID.
Yeah.
A staff member and a player both tested positive. And with that, the rest of the team flew back to New York Thursday night, leaving those 2 men behind for further testing and quarantining.
Yep.
While the rest of the Mets on Friday would get more testing and contact tracing.
Yep.
Okay, but so we have these cancellations. We have a few days off. We had momentum heading into the big weekend. Just how that momentum or that interruption in momentum is going to affect the Mets remains to be seen.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll have to see.
Okay.
So tonight the Mets play a doubleheader against the Miami Marlins to make up for those games. And Rick Porcello is going to be pitching. He's at a 5.76 ERA for this season.
That's right. And recently he's looked real good in the last 3 games with a 3.32 ERA in those 3 games.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. He's really looking good.
Yeah, and he's going to be going against Daniel Castano, who's a lefty with a 5.91 ERA.
That's
So
right.
I'd say it's a pretty fair matchup.
Pretty fair pitching matchup. Let's see how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah. So with that, the Marlins are 12-11. The Mets are 12-14. Still struggling to hit the 500 mark, but it's looking good right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the lineup.
Let's do it.
So batting first is going to be Brandon Nimmo. He's been rock solid recently with a very high on base percentage.
Always good for 1 or 2 walks a game. Has a very selective approach to hitting and hits line drives and home runs, and he's around a 300 average, so he's great.
Yep. And then next we have Davis, who's been Mr. Steady. He's at batting 280 right now.
That's right.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your boy Conforto.
Oh, yeah. Conforto had a great game the other day. He had a clutch homer in the 9th inning that won us the game, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
Yeah, he's doing really well right now. He's moving the ball around a little bit, and he just looks really smooth. And batting fourth, we've got Pete Alonso in the cleanup position. What do you think about that, Brian?
Well, he's hitting for average and power at the same time, but I don't know how well he's going to be at 4 spot. It's a lot of pressure, you know?
I think so too. I think it's a little bit of a risk putting him in at 4th, just because it increases the pressure a little bit. But I feel like he's gotten to a point now where, he's hitting his stride, and I think he's going to do fine in 4th.
Yep. You want to talk about the rest of the lineup?
Sure. So we've got Cano. Cano is just coming alive with power. He's hitting home runs, he's hitting singles. His stroke looks really smooth. He's looking like the old Cano.
Yeah.
Great signs.
And then Smith is batting next. He's been doing pretty well.
That's right.
And then Ramos, who was 1 for 3 with 1 RBI last game, is batting 7th.
That's right. And after Ramos in the 8th and 9th slots, we have McNeil and Rosario, both coming off a couple of 0 for 4s in their last game, looking to contribute with some hitting there.
Yep.
All right.
So in the second game of the doubleheader, we've got Seth Lugo pitching. Want to talk about that?
Sure. So Lugo, as we all know, has been a great relief pitcher. Last year he did quite a bit of that. He's like mid to late relief.
Yep.
Heading into tonight's game, he's got a 2.61 ERA, but we really need him in the starting rotation.
Yeah.
It's just we need to fill that spot. And he's the man for the job. He's always been good as a starting pitcher, so it shouldn't be a problem for him.
Yep. He's going to be facing off against Trevor Rodgers, who's Miami's number 9 pitching prospect and is now making his MLB debut.
Yeah, so it should be a good one, and that's it for tonight.
Yep.
So
my name's Bryson.
And my name's Mike.
And this was Mets Garage!